The 2020 Class B Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.
And welcome to Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee for our second game of the day. It'll be the Cold Spring Springers taking on the Moorhead Brewers. The winner advances to play Chanhassen tomorrow on Championship Sunday here at the Joe. Moorhead Brewers will be the home team. They fell to Chanhassen on Friday night, 4-2. Straka the winner, Ernst the loss, putting Moorhead into Saturday. Ryan Olson will be their starting pitcher. Chandler Eibach behind the plate. Tanner Adam at third. Nick Salentine at short. Brian Kolpak at second. Mike Peschel at first.
Leading off, center fielder
Jace McLean will be in left. Spencer Flatten in center. Joe Halleck in right. And leading off for Cold Spring for the second game in a row, Brian Hansen. Hansen playing in center field. And game one, they had a double, a couple of runs scored in that first game for Cold Spring. Here's one to short, Salentine up. Throw to first in time, one away. Hansen retired. Batting second, Garrett Fox.
Batting second baseman, number 26, Garrett Fox.
Fox in that first game for Cold Spring, where they took down Meansville 7-2 to advance to the second game and keep their hopes alive. Fox first pitch, hit in the air into foul territory, over to grab it. Is Mike Peschel over at first base, nice play. And quickly 2 away. Fox in game one today had a sac fly RBI in the 5th, a single and a run scored in the 7th. And now it's Jordan Barth. Barth playing at short for Cold Spring today. Barth, 2 2-run home runs, one in the first and one in the 7th inning. The one in the first was a bomb. Overhand fastball up in the zone, ball 1 to Barth. Hasn't thrown many pitches here in this first inning. We'll talk a little bit more about Barth as we move along. And the Moorhead Brewers wearing all white. There's a pitch hit in the air and foul, 1-1. Joe Dempsey, Drew Bolson, Drew Van Looy, Brad Olson, Jaron Terrace, and Alex Jungles. An identical starting lineup from game one, where they were able to prevail over Meansville. They took a 2-1 lead in the first and cruised to the victory. Nick Pennick was the starter and winner in that game. He did a solid job. Big swing and a miss, now 2-2. The count to Jordan Barth. Good live fastball from the Brewers starter Ryan Olson. Right-hander wearing number 14 from Fargo, playing for the Moorhead Brewers. There's a fastball stroked into right field. And that's going to get by the right fielder, taking a turn and heading in for second with a double. Is Jordan Barth. Well, he snuck it by Kolpak. And then the right fielder, Halleck, had trouble with it. That'll bring up Joe Dempsey, the right fielder. Dempsey had a double in the first in game one against Meansville. Reached on an error in another trip. Cold Spring last Sunday fell to the Brewers 6-5. There's a fastball, strike 1. Cold Spring grabbed the early lead in that head-to-head matchup in the late game last Sunday, 1-0. Moorhead grabbed the lead 3-1. Cold Spring grabbed it back with 4 in the 5th. at 5-3. And then the last 3 runs for the Brewers. 2 in the 9th and then 1 in the 10th to win it. A 6-5 10-inning victory for the Moorhead Brewers to send them into this weekend. They played 2-time defending champ Chanhassen last night and got beat by Chan in a tight one 4-2. There's one fouled to the screen. Count rides along at 0-2. Runner at second, 2 away. And that is that 2-out double for Jordan Barth, who had 2 two-run home runs in the first game today to keep their season alive and their hopes of a state title. The pitch. This one's hit in the air to center field. Spencer Flatten has it measured, puts it away. So Cold Spring, no runs, 1 hit. They leave 1, and after a half inning, Moorhead Brewers coming to bat in a scoreless ball game here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Here we go to the bottom of the first inning. And you get a look at Zach Furmite, who closed out game 1 today in the win over Meesville. Furmite will start game 2, and he takes his warm-up tosses. Drew Bolson is behind the plate. Drew Van Looy at third. Jordan Barth at short. Garrett Fox at second. And Jaron Terrace at first. In the outfield, Brad Olson in left. Brian Hansen in center. And Joe Dempsey in right. Here's that Brewers lineup. Spencer Flatten, the center fielder, will lead off. Batting second, Jace McLean in left. Batting third, the DH, Denver Blinn. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Joe Halleck. Batting fifth, at third base, Tanner Adam. Batting sixth, at first base, Mike Peschel. Batting seventh, at second base, Brant Kolpak. Batting eighth, the catcher, Chandler Eibach. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Nick Salentine. For the Moorhead Brewers. The Brewers celebrated program in the history of the state tournament.
Bottom of the first for Moorhead. Leading off, center fielder, number 2, Spencer Clayton.
Moorhead last playing the title game against Meesville in 2016, losing 6-3. Then just beat them 8-2 in 2015. Good baseball in the Fargo-Moorhead area, as always. A lot of talent on both sides of the Red River of the North. There's strike one to Flayton, and there's a foul back. And quickly 0-2 for Furmite. Last night, Flayton 1 for 4 in the loss to Chan. There's a fastball upstairs. And now 1-2. The center fielder for the Moorhead Brewers, Flayton. That's a good curveball, strike 3. Caught him looking, 1 away, and that'll bring up Jace McLean. Good start for Zach Furmite, the Cold Spring starter. No changes defensively for Cold Spring from game 1 today in the winner over Meesville.
Number 16, Jace McLean.
McLean 0 for 4 last night against Chan. And we'll bat here and dig in from the left side and look at ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1. To McLean, the left fielder. McLean, another Fargo player. And this Moorhead Brewers team, almost 100% North Dakota. Matt Dye from Moorhead. Everybody else listed as Fargo or West Fargo on this Moorhead Brewers roster. Kind of even now at 2-2 to McLean. Fermite misses upstairs. Fermite pitched relief in the first game of the day and started the game against the Brewers last Sunday. And there is a walk for McLean. So a one-out walk, so a strikeout and a walk for Fermite. And that one last Sunday against the Brewers, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 4 and walked 1, gave up 2 doubles in that game. Then Justin Thompson pitched 2 2/3. Sam Hansen 2/3 of an inning in that game. Moorhead won that one 6-5 and 10. And now it's Denver Blinn, the DH, for the Moorhead Brewers. To the belt and the pitch. Here's one solid single through the hole into left field. First hit of the game for Moorhead. And now Cold Spring throws it around a little bit and the runners move up. Now all of a sudden runners at second and third. So a single and an error. And now the cleanup hitter, Joe Halleck, the right fielder.
Joe Halleck.
Halleck, a double against Chanhassen last night. Scored a run. And the first pitch here from Fermite. Ball 1. Halleck in the head-to-head game between these two teams last Sunday. 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, a run scored. Also had a walk in that game. Halleck inside, look out. 2-0. And just like that, Zach Fermite and Cold Spring in a little hot water here. The walk, the single. And now Zach Fermite, the right-hander for Cold Spring, wearing maroon tops, gray pants. Big swing and a miss, now 2-1. The 2-time defending Class B champ, Chanhassen Redbirds, tomorrow at 1. If they win that game, they're the champions for the 3rd year in a row. If they lose, there would be a game 2 to follow. Here's one at second. Line drive off the glove of Fox. Runner scores. Throw to first. Not in time, so a hot shot. Fox knocked it down. McLean scores from third. And now the Brewers have runners at first and second. And one out. And that is a hit.
Third baseman, number 1, Tanner Adam.
Tanner Adam playing at third base. Adam last night, 1 for 2, 2 walks. So Halleck the single and the RBI there. Blinn at second, Halleck at first. A run in for Moorhead. And there's a strike, top of the zone. On the outside edge. Mike Peterson, our camera operator. I'm Steve Thompson from the Joe in Shakopee on a gorgeous Saturday in early September. Here's one toward short. Barth grabs, goes the short way for one, on to first. Double play. 6-4-3. And just like that, the Brewers are out of the bottom of the first. But they get a run, and after one, it is the Moorhead Brewers 1 and the Cold Spring Springers 0 here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Update from Class C. From Springfield, bottom of the fifth, Bemidji 3, Prior Lake 1, and at Milroy, bottom of the fifth, no score between Bird Island and Watkins.
Welcome back to Joe Schlepper Stadium. Thanks again to the friendly hospitality here at the Joe. All the tournament officials and volunteers making this such a great event. Minnesota Baseball Association proud to present the 2020 state tournaments. Follow along on the web at mnbaseball.org, mnbaseball.org, or on Twitter at MinBaseball. That's at MINN Baseball. 6, 7, and 8 for the Brewers. Mike Peschel at first starts it off. Ryan Olson on the mound for the Moorhead Brewers. And it'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Cold Spring. Drew Bolts and Drew Van Looy and Brad Olson for the Springers, who took down Meansville 7-2 to advance to the second game of the day. Playing in that first game on Saturday is quite a trick. You got to win 2 today and then 2 tomorrow. Here's a solid hit to left off the bat of the catcher, Drew Bolson. Second hit of the game for the Springers. And that'll bring up Drew Van Looy playing at third base today.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 19, Drew Van Looy.
Bolson didn't have a hit in that first game for Cold Spring. And now here's Van Looy. He had a double and a single and a run scored, a walk among his plate appearances in that win over Meansville. Looks at ball one from Ryan Olson, a hard-throwing right-hander. Overhand fastball upstairs, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. At the knees, 2-1. Took a little bit off that. And found the strike zone. Lovely day for a game. We hope the weather holds out for 1, possibly 2 tomorrow. You'll see it on PrepSpotlight.tv. There's one outside, 3-1. Olson led off with a single, and Cold Spring trying to get something going here, trailing 1-0. Top of the second. There's a strike, now 3-2. Full count to Van Looy. Left fielder Brad Olson waiting on deck for the Springers. He made a great catch against the fence and left. And that win over the Mud Hens. There's one upstairs and a walk. And Cold Spring building a threat. They get a single and now a walk. First given up by Ryan Olson. And that's going to bring up Springer's left fielder Brad Olson. Olson had a sac fly RBI in that first game today. That 7-2 victory. Olson had 2 hits and a run scored against the Brewers last Sunday. The left-handed batter has a chance here. He lays down a bunt, and it's a good one. Toward Adam at third. He'll charge, throw, and get him, but the runners move up. So a 5-3 sacrifice. And now Cold Spring has runners at second and third and one away. And that'll bring up Jaron Terrace playing over at first base for the second game in a row today and batting out of the 8th spot. Terrace had a single and was caught stealing. In that first game today. Terrace was 2 for 3 with a run and a walk against the Brewers last Sunday. First pitch to Terrace. Good fastball. At the knees on the outside corner. That's called the pitcher's pitch right there. A beauty. Cold Spring here in the top of the second. Here's one hit high in the air on the infield. Who's going to take charge? The catcher does. The catcher pops out of there. Ibach. And makes the play. Didn't look like the pitcher saw it right away. Well, Terrace retired. And with runners at second and third, it'll leave it up to DH Alex Jungles. In game 1 today against Measville, he had a walk, a single and a run scored in 4 plate appearances. Jungles was 4 for 5 with 2 RBI against the Brewers last Sunday in the late game here at the Joe. I'd like to replicate that today. There's one upstairs, 1-1. Jungles had himself a Sunday afternoon in Shakopee, one to remember. His team fell short that day, but he was hot. And Jungles could deliver here. On way outside, now 2-1. Tried to take something off it, and leadoff single for Bolson, the walk to Van Looy, then the sack bunt by Olson, and then Terrace popped out to the catcher between home plate and the pitching rubber. Big swing and a miss, now 2-2. Cold Spring would like to get that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the first. Ryan Olson can really change speeds. The 2-2. Big swing and a miss, struck him out. So Cold Spring, they get a hit. They leave 2, and after 1.5, trail at 1-0. Here on Prep Spotlight.tv.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Each and every copy. John Kowski, former Gopher boys basketball baseball.
Bottom of the second.
Lot to do.
Mike Peschel, Brant Kolpak, and Chandler Ibach. 6, 7, and 8 for the Moorhead Brewers as they lead at 1-0.
Moorhead, bottom of the second.
Brewers a run on 2 hits, no errors.
Mike Peschel.
And the Springers, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Back for Mike the pitcher. That one's fouled to the screen. Strike 1. Peschel 0 for 4 in that loss to Chanhassen on Friday night. But was 3 for 5 against Cold Spring last Sunday. Had a double and RBI in that ball game. Here's one hit towards second, charging Fox. On the run, throws, got him. Good play. 4-3 to put out, one away, nobody aboard. Brant Kolpak playing at second base for the Brewers.
Second baseman, number 25, Brant Kolpak.
Kolpak, as I mentioned, this team, Fargo, West Fargo. Kolpak last night, 2 for 4, 2 RBI. So he accounted for the runs in the Brewers' 4-2 loss to the Redbirds. The 0-1 down the line, well, foul toward the bullpen. Moorhead Brewers in that first base dugout. Cold Spring over in that third base dugout. Here's one off the hands toward first. Right at Terrace. He put it away. Oh, soft liner to Terrace. Went the other way. 2 away. That'll bring up catcher Chandler Eibach.
The catcher, number 7, Chandler Eibach.
Eibach 1 for 3 in that game last night. For 3 with a walk and an RBI against Cold Spring last Sunday here at the state tournament. Both teams are 3-1, fighting their way to tomorrow to take on unbeaten Chanhassen in the state tournament. The Redbirds lost a game early in the year. They were 1-1, and since then they've run the table. They haven't been overpowering in the state tournament, but they've had incredible pitching. The 0-2, down for a hit into left field. Eibach, a 2-out hit. That'll be the third of the game for the Brewers, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, shortstop Nick Salentine.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 4, Nick Salentine.
Salentine in the 9 hole. Salentine 0 for 3 last night and had a hit and a run scored against Cold Spring. Hits one in the air out into right field toward the line into foul territory. Long run for Fox at second. Torres at first and the right fielder Dempsey all converge. No one could get to it. And I've referred a number of times over the 3 weekends I've been here at the Joe for coverage of this Class B. A lot of room in foul territory. And we've seen some good plays taking advantage of that expanded foul territory. 330 down the lines, 355 to the power alleys, and 375 to center field. And that batter's eye called the Black Monster. Here's one hit in the air to left. That is down for a hit. Runner around second, headed for third. Great base running by Eibach. He saw it all the way and with good speed gets into third base. So Eibach and Salentine, 2-out singles, and with runners at the corner to the top of the order. And Spencer Flayton playing in center field. He struck out to lead off the game. But the Brewers threatening all of a sudden here in the bottom of inning number 2. You think of Fargo Moorhead Baseball, you think of the great Legion teams that have come out of there over the years. Great American Legion Baseball in the Fargo Moorhead area. First pitch strike on a curveball, that one fouled away. And now Flayton in an 0-2 hole. Cold Spring pitcher Zach Fermite trying to dance out of trouble here. He allowed 2 base runners in the first, gave up a run, and now there's 2 on with 2 out here in the bottom of inning number 2. Here's one smashed to third, and Van Looy stabs it That was a laser beam, but Van Looy caught it at the hot corner. No damage done, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And after 2, Moorhead Brewers lead it here on Prep Spotlight.tv. And let's bring you up to date on some of the other action in the state tournament here on Prep Spotlight.tv.
Now backs up. Arnold serves one into left, and that's a base hit. And Chanhassen takes the lead right back. 0-1 to Halleck. Back and off the foot of the pitcher. It bounces towards left field. Kolpak coming home. The throw to the plate, not in time. The game is tied at 5. 1-2 pitch. Base hit right field. That'll do it. Matt Oy comes up and pokes one through the drawn-in infield. And the Moorhead Brewers win it 6-5 in 10 innings. As White kicks and fires this one, driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner! And it's 10-3 Cold Spring. Unbelievable! Runs scored here today. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3. Another one gone. McCoy Rodney goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away now.
At the end of that clip, you saw someone break a bat over their leg. I wouldn't try that. We go to the top of the 3rd. Moorhead Brewers leading the Cold Spring Springers 1-0. Springers coming to the bat here in the top of the 3rd. Top of their order, Brian Hansen, Garrett Fox, and Jordan Barth against Brewers starter, our throwing right-hander Ryan Olson. He really comes over the top. Ball 1. There's a strike. Moved it in a little bit and got the zone. 1-1 the count. Leadoff man here, the center fielder for Cold Spring. And a hit in the air on the right side, coming over to take a look, but over the dugout, not a play. 1-2 now the count. There's a ball outside. You could hear the pop of the mitt. Wilson, hometown is Ada. North Dakota State University. Now the count is full. The Hansen leadoff man for Cold Spring here in the top of the 3rd inning. One foul out of play. Hansen scored a couple of runs and a double in that first game today, and that win over Meansville to keep their season alive and get their way into this one. Here's one hit in the air into right center field for a solid hit. Hansen, a big turnaround first. He'll stay put. But a leadoff single for Cold Spring, their 3rd hit of the game. And their 2nd straight leadoff hit in this game, and that'll bring up Garrett Fox at second base. Popped out to first in inning number 1. He's 0 for 1. There's a good strike. Wilson really that good high arm slot fastball. Really gets that good downward plane right over the top. That one upstairs. 1-1, he throws hard. Now 1-2. And it's a big time arm. 1-2. His only strikeout came to close out inning number 2. But he looks like the kind of pitcher that when he can get on a roll, is going to start to ring up the strikeouts. So it's imperative for Cold Spring to try and keep it close and make him work. The 1-2. Way up high. Neck level. 2-2 now. Moorhead beat Prior Lake 10-2 in their opening win of the state tournament on Sunday, August 23rd. 2-2. Fouled out of play. Counted right along. Runner at first. Nobody out. Then they beat Dundas 5-1 a week ago. As we mentioned, took down Cold Spring 6-5. Heartbreaking loss for Cold Spring in 10 innings. There's one foul to the screen. Cold Spring gave up 2 in the bottom of the 9th and then 1 in the 10th to fall 6-5. The tables could have been turned. But I know Cold Spring wanted a shot at Chanhassen on Friday night. They didn't get that. But they take care of business and beat Meansville earlier today, 7-2. Count still 2-2 to Fox. The Springers second baseman. Hansen gets his lead at first. This one slapped down the right field line, but foul. Well out of play. And will continue at 2-2. This game did start on time at 4 o'clock. Great job by the grounds crew. Between games, they clear the stadium. Now they do the cleanup, the wipe down, and then they let the fans in for game 2. And that's been the pattern over the 3 weeks of this state tournament. Runner goes, pitch to the plate, grounder to short. Salentine up, throw to first, in time, 1 away. A runner on the move, kept them out of a potential double play. Fox is retired 6-3. Hansen now standing at second. And now it'll bring up Jordan Barth. Had a double in the first, two-run home runs in game 1, including a long home run to left in inning number 1, which turned out to be the game-winning, or turned out to be really a spark for them. And then his 2-run shot later in the game sealed the deal. So Jordan Barth playing at shortstop, having a big day for the Cold Spring Springers. Barth from Cold Spring. And this is a roster dominated by Cold Spring. Some St. Cloud. Here's one that gets by the catcher. Eibach goes all the way to the backstop. Runner moves up to third. So Hansen will settle in there with 1 out. And now a fly ball to the outfield could tie this ball game. I don't think they want to do anything to take the bat out of Jordan Barth's hand the way he's going today. Last Sunday, Barth 3 hits in 6 at-bats, had a run scored. He's had a great state tournament. Here's one ripped foul. Almost hit his base runner. Hansen kind of had to get out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at third, top of the third. Cold Spring trying to tie the game or more right here with Barth at the plate. The pitch, way up high, 2-1. And when Ryan Olson has missed, he's missed up high. Pitch. Down low, 2-2. So the moment I say he'd been missing up high, I misses down in the zone. 3-1 to Barth. And now a dangerous count here. Barth gets a pitch. He's going to let her rip. That one on the outside corner, Barth hates it. Barth made that jump toward first like he got a walk, and the home plate umpire, at any level, they hate that. Now it's 3-2. He thought he had a walk. Now the count is full. The Olsen pitch right back up the middle into center field. An RBI single. We're tied at 1. Great piece of hitting. And Jordan Barth has his 5th RBI of the day. His first of this game. He now has a double and a single, and that's going to bring up Joe Dempsey with 1 out. Dempsey a fly ball to center in inning number 1. Both teams a run on 4 hits so far. And there's a strike from Olsen. Final day of the State B tomorrow here at the Joe. The 2-time defending champ, Chanhassen Redbirds await. 1 o'clock start. And their outstanding starting pitcher, John Straka. Will he get the ball tomorrow? Straka got the win last night. And let's see if we can get the line on Straka. 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Struck out 8, walked 2. Here's one hit to second, could be 2, no. Not a great relay to second. Kolpak to Salentine, but they get the lead runner. So Dempsey reaches on the fielder's choice. Barth retired 4-6. Can't assume the double play. And that'll bring up Drew Bolson. He had a leadoff single in the second. He is 1 for 1. That'll be the question for Chan. Straka is 3-0, but he went 9 innings on Friday night. Could he come back on a day's rest and pitch game 1? We'll see. First pitch, hit high on the air in the infield. Everyone converging on the mound. Who's going to take it? And down to his knees near the rubber and making the catch is Brant Kolpak. So a run on 2 hits for Cold Spring. And after 2.5, we're tied at 1 here on Prep Spotlight.tv.
1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 run.
Last summer's Emmy-nominated documentary Town Ball, uniquely Minnesota, now available on Amazon Prime. Watch all 8 episodes and learn about the more than 100-year history of amateur baseball in Minnesota. Here we are at the Joe on a delightful Saturday afternoon in early September. We got a cool down coming this week. You want to savor days like today. And a great day to be at the ballpark. Game 1 today. Cold Spring kept their season alive, beating Neesville 7-2. And now they have battled back to tie it at 1, going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Their starter, Zach Furmite, taking his warm-up tosses. And he will take on Jace McLean, Denver Blinn, and Joe Halleck. 2, 3, and 4 in that Moorhead Brewers order. I want to remind you, we have a lot of high school sports here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Boys and girls soccer, girls swimming and diving this fall. So we want you to check back during the week. And, of course, coverage here of the Class B and Class C here on PrepSpotlight.tv. There's Blinn. Jace McLean walked and scored in the first. McLean to lead it off, then Blinn and Halleck for the Brewers. Ball one and then ball two to the leadoff man, McLean. Jace, originally from Great Falls, Montana, now North Dakota State. And that's why when I saw the official tournament roster, I saw all these guys from Fargo and West Fargo. But McLean hails out of Great Falls, Montana. But I suppose gets his mail in Fargo these days, and he gets a leadoff walk. So not the way Zach Furmite wanted to start out this inning on the mound with a leadoff walk. Second walk given up to McLean, and a second walk in the game. And now it's Denver Blinn. He had a single and then advanced on an error in inning number two. That error didn't hurt Cold Spring. But here is Blinn. Blinn from West Fargo. So he is from the Fargo Moorhead metro area originally. Looks at strike one. There's a big swing and a miss, now 0-2. Furmite had a strikeout. He got Flayton looking to start the ball game. Hasn't had one since. And both walks have been to McLean, who led off this inning with a walk. Curveball inside and high. 1-2. And for Cold Spring, things get interesting. It's clearly one game at a time. Pennock started game one, did a good job, gave him 8. Furmite finish, and then Furmite starts game 2 here. I'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. And there's a strikeout. First swinging for Furmite, second of the game. And now with the runner at first and one away, it'll bring up Joe Halleck. He had an RBI single in the first. Halleck, a Fargo native, but goes to school at Concordia Moorhead, one of the proud members of the MIAC. There's one inside. And Halleck jackknifes out of the way. Ball one. We've not seen a hit batter in the ball game so far today. Runner bluffs to go. Throw behind the runner. Ooh, and diving back in is McLean. Good snap throw by Bolson. It was up high, and Terrace had to bring it down to tag. That throw is a little bit lower. Maybe they get him. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. We are tied at 1 in the bottom of the third. Zach Furmite pitching for Cold Spring. Furmite, long pause at the belt. Runner goes, curveball. Throw down to second, not in time. Picked a good pitch to steal one. That was a slow curve. Pretty good throw anyway by Bolson, but not in time. Now a runner at second and 1 away, and Halleck will continue his at-bat in a 2-1 count. I think running on the curveball made all the difference. He runs on the fastball. Bolson might throw him out. It was a bang-bang play down there. Now the 2-1. On the ground by the first baseman, Terrace. Runner will hold at third base. So now runners at the corners and one out, and that'll bring up Tanner Adam. Adam grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the first inning. Adam from Langdon, North Dakota. North Dakota State University product. The walk to McLean, now a single for Halleck. Runners at first and third. There's an off-speed pitch, nubbed foul. And Mike Peschel waiting on deck grabs it. Owen won the count to Adam. Good curveball by Fermite. And now 0-2. The Brewers got their run in the first. Cold Spring got their run in the top of the third. Here we are, bottom of the third, 1-1 ball game. Off-speed pitch, rings them up. That curveball catches the outside corner. That is the third strikeout. Second looking for Fermite. And now with runners at first and third and two away, that'll bring up first baseman Mike Peschel.
First baseman Mike Peschel.
Peschel wearing number 8, playing down at first base. From Wahpeton. Went to NDSU, he's a veteran player, and then played for the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. And now 1-1. Brant Kolpeck waiting on deck. A walk, a strikeout, a single, and a strikeout is where we stand with runners at first and third, two away. 1-1, now 2-1. This one hit in the air into foul territory, coming over. Van Looy can't get to it in front of his own dugout. And then dances around the screen in front of that dugout. They're not really dugouts here. They're at ground level, and they have that screen. In each dugout, they have what amount to be stools that the players can sit on. Some sit, most stand at that railing. Almost a bar railing on the dugout here at the Joe. 2-2. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Here's a grounder towards second. Fox grabs, throws, and retires aside. So the Brewers get a hit. They don't score. They strand 2. And after 3 complete, we're tied at 1 here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Let's take a look at some more highlights from the state amateur baseball tournaments this fall here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
They haven't been easy to come by. Here's a high fly into left field. Way back and gone. Brown takes his lead at first. The 2-2. Lifted in the air. Shortstop. Arnold backtracking. He's got it. And the Chanhassen Redbirds hold on.
Bain pauses. This one hit in the air. Shallow right field, coming on, it falls! It falls! And Elko wins it 7-6.
9-6 Millers here in the ninth. Pushing pitches, swung on, off the end of the bat, towards second base. Hansen has it, tags the runner, goes to first, and the Millers are state champions! As Jeff Miller grounds into a double play.
Bemidji 8, Prior Lake 1.
On to the fourth inning we go. We're tied at 1. The Moorhead Brewers and Cold Spring Springers. The winner gets the two-time defending state champ Chanhassen Redbirds on Championship Sunday.
Top of the fourth.
Redbirds win game 1. They're the champs. If they lose, it would force a second game tomorrow here at the Joe in Shakopee. See those shadows creeping on to the first base side. First pitch from Ryan Olson, the Moorhead Brewers starter. Strike 1. Drew Van Looy leading it off for Cold Spring. He had a walk in inning number 2. Looks at strike 1. Here's one hit high in the air to left center field. It's in the ballpark. McLean coming on, makes the catch from left. 1 away. That'll bring up Brad Olson. Laid down that sacrifice bunt to move the runners to second and third. They were left stranded in the second. Olson in left field had a great catch in the first game. Went all the way to the fence and left and made the catch running into the fence. Fell down to the ground, hung on to the ball, stayed in the ball game. Excellent catch. Inside low ball, 2. 2-0 to Brad Olson, the left fielder for the Springers. Moorhead Brewers would like to stay in the cities one more night and get a rematch with Chan. The Redbirds won it 4-2 last night. Tight ball game. 3-0. Right down the middle. 3-1. This one hit foul and out of play toward the parking lot. Look out. As I've said before, this is my third weekend of doing games here at the Joe. I park my truck in a spot because any sort of dent would actually improve my old pickup. 3-2. This one hit in the air to left field. McLean has it measured, and he's got it 2 away. Got 2 putouts in a row. A lazy fly ball and then a line drive. Olson hit it well, but right at McLean. That'll bring up Jaron Terrace, the first baseman for Cold Spring. He popped out to the catcher right up the chimney, and it was caught by Chandler Eibach halfway between home plate and the mound. First pitch to Terrace, a strike. Good fastball on the corner. Minnesota Baseball Association proud to present the 2020 state tournaments. Follow along on their website at mnbaseball.org. There's one that misses, 1-1. Or you can follow all the action on Twitter at MINBaseball, M-I-N-N Baseball. That's on Twitter. 1-1. And fouled off to the right, well out of play. Over the grill where the burgers, the hot dogs, and the brats are sizzling away. One of the great features of the Joe are these 2 mature trees, ash trees, behind the first base dugout. They're creating that shade that you see on the right side of the infield. Count now 2-2 to Terrace. Just got a piece to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th inning for Cold Spring. Maroon helmets, maroon jerseys, gray pants. This one hit high in the air into foul territory. Coming over Halleck, long run toward the bullpen, caught by the bullpen catcher behind the fence. Nice play by the bullpen catcher. Doesn't count for anything, but it's still a nice play. He didn't reach over the fence or anything. It was clearly into the bullpen. Count rides along at 2-2. Here in the top of the fourth inning. Up high, trying to take him up the ladder, now 3-2. Terrace wasn't biting. If Terrace is able to reach, DH Alex Jungles waiting on deck. This one fouled out of play. Good at bat here by Jaron Terrace. Brewers 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. Cold Spring 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. And that's a walk. Good job by Terrace. That is the second walk surrendered by Ryan Olson. And he is a power pitcher, but he's only struck out 1 Springer. And now it's the DH Jungles. Let's see if he can make him pay for that walk. Jungles had a hit and a run scored and a walk in the game against Measville earlier today. Got started at 1 o'clock. Cold Spring won it 7-2 to advance. There's strike 1. And during that game, I kind of laid out the challenge. The team in that game would need to win 4 in a row to win a state title. 4 in a row over 2 days. That's a lot of baseball. But that's what Cold Spring's trying to do. Step 1 was beat Meansville. Step 2 would be to take down the Moorhead Brewers. 1-1 now the count. This one hit in the air. Over toward that dugout. First baseman coming over. And Peschel makes a nice play to end the inning. So the Springers, no runs, no hits. They leave 1. And after 3.5, we're still tied at 1. On PrepSpotlight.tv. Here we go to the bottom of the fourth inning for the Moorhead Brewers. The bottom third of their order, Brian Kolpak, Chandler Eibach, and Nick Salentine against Zach Fermite, who pitched the final inning of that win over Measville and now started this game. So we'll see how long Fermite goes. He's given up a run on 5 hits through 3 innings of work so far. First pitch to Kolpak, fouled toward that Moorhead dugout, but that'll go up into the trees and bound around near the grill. Kolpak lined out to first. In inning number 2, he is 0 for 1. The 0-1, grounded toward short, charging is Barth. On the run, throws. Got him, nice play. Slow grounder, but Barth made a big-time play there. One away, 6-3, and that'll bring up catcher Chandler Eibach. Had a single in the second. The Brewers had back-to-back 2-out singles in the second inning. Eibach got it started, then Salentine followed, and then Flayton lined out to end the inning in the threat. Eibach 1 for 1. One away, nobody aboard, bottom of the fourth. Fermite winds and delivers. Big swing and a miss. Great day to be at the ballpark. I'd just like to thank Andy Price and the folks at PrepSpotlight.tv, everybody here at Joe Schlepper Stadium for this opportunity to be a part of the state tournament action for the last month. First weekend at the Class A in St. Anthony Village, 1-1. And then a curveball strike 1-2. Good pitch by Fermite. And then my third weekend in a row here at the Joe in Shakopee, and it has been a thrill. 1-2, cold strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the game. Third looking for Fermite, and with 2 away and nobody aboard, that'll bring up shortstop Nick Salentine. He had a hit with 2 outs in inning number 2. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a baseball announcer. And I've had that opportunity for the last month, and it's been a lot of fun. I've done games over the years, but being a part of this state tournament here in 2020 has been just great. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. That one inside, misses the catcher, catches the umpire. That missed Drew Bolson's glove and caught the umpire, and he's going to shake it off. And that's on Bolson, and they'll give the umpire a minute. Zach Fermite will get it and walk around the mound and take his time and let everybody gather himself. The count 2-1, 2 away, nobody aboard, bottom of the 4th. Everybody is okay, and we're ready to go. Salentine, the shortstop, looking for his second hit and 2 trips. That pitch towards second on 1 hop. Fox to first. And the Brewers go 1-2-3 here in the 4th, and after 4, we're tied at 1 here on Prep Spotlight on TV. Last summer's Emmy-nominated documentary Town Ball, Uniquely Minnesota, now available on Amazon Prime. Catch all 8 episodes and learn more about the 100-year history of amateur baseball in Minnesota. We're here at the Joe, and we'll click it over to inning number 5, and we are tied at 1. Moorhead Brewers took a 1-0 lead after 1. Cold Spring tied it with a run in the 3rd. Now we're on to the 5th. And it'll be the top of their order. Brian Hansen, Garrett Fox, and Jordan Barth against Moorhead Brewers pitcher Ryan Olson.
Now pitching for Moorhead, number 15, Kyle Kingsley.
So Olson out, Kyle Kingsley will take over. Kyle Kingsley is on the mound. Kingsley, 6'2", 210-pounder from Fargo, North Dakota State University. No other changes defensively. Eibach behind the plate. Adam at third, Salentine at short. Kolpak at second, Peschel at first, McLean in left, Flayton in center, and Halleck in right. So Kingsley in for Ryan Olson, who goes 4 innings, gives up a run on 4 hits. That run was earned.
Center fielder Brian Hansen.
So here's Brian Hansen, a ground out to short in the 1st, a single and a run scored in the 3rd. As Cold Spring tries to battle back and get into Championship Sunday against the 2-time champ Redbirds from Chanhassen. Chan's route to the title game and an undefeated run in this year's Class B hasn't been easy. There's a strike now, 1-1 to Hansen. Opening weekend, they were in a real battle with St. Michael. They started on a Friday night. There was bad weather, and they had to come back Sunday night and hold off the Saints to advance to weekend number 2. And then they took down Northfield 5-4 on Friday, August 28th. They beat Meesville in a tight game 2-1 last Sunday. And here's one up the middle. Salentine to his left, throws, good play. Salentine gathered it in behind the bag and made a strong throw to get the leadoff man, Hansen, 6-3. That'll bring up Fox. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Fox playing out at second base. Now the Springers have gone with the same lineup 2 games in a row. And now Hansen, after running that one out, moving a little gingerly. You can see him run by home plate right there and may have done some damage and may need to come out of the lineup because he plays in center fielder. And then Chan beat Moorhead in a 4-2 game on Friday night. They've been getting phenomenal pitching. John Straka 3-0 in this state tournament. There's strike 1 to Fox. This one blooped down the right field line, just foul. Over toward that Brewers bullpen. Jordan Barth waiting on deck, the shortstop, and Barth has had quite a day for Cold Spring. Wow. 2 two-run home runs in the win over Meesville, a 7-2 decision. And now he has a double and a single here today. He can hardly wait to get up to the plate. This one fouled off the roof here at the Joe. And the count 0-2. This grandstand's a great story. And on their Twitter feed, they have so many historic photos about the building of the batter's eye, the black monster out in center. The early days of the grandstand and how that structure was put together. Seats from the old Met were replaced by seats from the old Metrodome. There's another foul out of play. Count lines rides along at 1-2. 1-2, 1 away. And we're in the top of the 5th inning in a 1-1 ball game. And then they've added other seating areas down each line. This grandstand, the signature feature of the Joe. There's one missing low and away, 2-2. To Garrett Fox playing at second base for Cold Spring. Got a modern concession area. There's a liner to short. And stabbed by Salentine. Timed it perfectly. That was a hot shot, but 2 away, nobody aboard. And that'll bring up Jordan Barth playing at shortstop.
Shortstop, Jordan Barth.
Barth having himself a day. 2 two-run homers in the first game. A double and a single here today. First pitch swinging toward the backstop. Eibach gives it a look off the roof. A 2-hopper off the roof. This is the first time in 3 weeks here at the Joe I've heard that. And the count 0-1 to Jordan Barth. The first home run he hit in the first inning of that Meesville game earlier today, just after 1 o'clock, that was a shot. The second 2-run homer still cleared the fence, but the first one, he got all of it. The 0-1. Chop foul now 0-2. 0-2 pitch to Barth, way outside. Tried to get him to chase. He's able to reach Joe Dempsey waiting on deck, the right fielder. We'll have to see about Brian Hansen. Running out that ground ball, he came up with a limp, and he is the center fielder for Cold Spring. So we'll see if there's a defensive replacement. Here's one hit on the ground to Salentine. Gobbles, throws on the run and got him. 6-3. So Cold Spring goes down 1-2-3 here in the top of the fifth, and after 4.5, we're still tied here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Well, it looks like Brian Hansen is still in center field for Cold Spring. Trying to shake that off. May have been a little bit injured running out that ground ball. First out at the top of the inning. Here we go to the bottom of the fifth. Flayton, McLean, and Blinn for the Brewers. 1, 2, and 3 in their lineup. First pitch from Zach Fermite to strike one. No activity in that Cold Spring bullpen. Here's one fouled out of play, and now 0-2. Moorhead went down 1-2-3 in the fourth for the first time in the game. 4 strikeouts for Fermite through 4 innings of work. And here's one hit in the air to center field. That'll drop for a hit. Line drive by shortstop Barth. And a solid single for Flayton. That'll be the 6th hit of the game for the Brewers. Leadoff single, and that'll bring up Jace McLean. McLean's walked twice, scored once, has a stolen base. Left-handed batter's going to dig in here against Fermite. First base in the shadows now. There's one down low, ball one. Just a bit of a breeze all day today. Couldn't ask for much in early September. And there's a strike, 1-1. This would have been the final Saturday of the Minnesota State Fair. Could you imagine? With weather like this, I would think it would be record attendance on the final Saturday of the fair with weather like this. The 1-1, now 1-2. There's hope that baseball will return to normal in the spring. There will be challenges because the high school sports seasons have been pushed back. Softball and baseball moved into more into the summer months. And I would assume that would have some sort of impact for Legion ball. Not as much for amateur ball because the players are older. But I think it would have an impact on, for instance, the American Legion season. 2-2, runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth, curveball just missing, 3-2. Pretty good pitch, but there's ruled a ball by the home plate umpire. We'll see what Zach Fermite, the right-hander for Cold Spring, does here. The pitch Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time. The shortstop Barth came over, caught it, trying to get the tag in. So 5th strikeout for Fermite. Stolen base for Flayton. And with 1 away and a runner at second, Denver Blinn. He had a single in the first, struck out in the third. For the Moorhead Brewers. Fermite's pitch. Fouled out of play. So tomorrow at 1, the Class B Championship Series starts. Chanhassen needs 1 win to win it all. Will they play the Moorhead Brewers or the Cold Spring Springers? Here's a high drive, deep left field. Olson going back to the track, to the fence. He catches it right at the 330 sign and relays it back into the infield. Another catch for Brad Olson against the fence in left field. That was terrific.
Right fielder, Joe.
And now with 2 away and the runner at second base, it'll bring Joe Halleck to the plate. The right fielder, he had an RBI single in the first and a single in the second. So he's working on a good day for the Moorhead Brewers. We're still knotted at 1. The pitch from Fermite. Hit in the air to right field. Dempsey has it measured and puts it away. So the Brewers get a hit. They leave them on base. They don't score anybody. We've played 5, and we're still tied here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Zach Fenline, also 2-time winner. Cold Spring, top of the 6th, right fielder Joe Dempsey.
Middle of the Cold Spring order, Joe Dempsey, Drew Bolson, and Drew Van Looy in a 1-1 ball game, top of the 6th. Here's one smashed into center field, moving to his right and grabbing it, Flayton. Dempsey hit it hard. 1 away, that'll bring up Olson. Olson had a single in the second. Popped out to second in the third. He's 1 for 2. Kyle Kingsley in relief for Ryan Olson, who went 4. Kingsley beginning his second inning of work for the Brewers, wearing white. Delivers ball one. Drew Van Looy waiting on deck for the Springers. Here's one hit in the air to the gap. Right center field. It's down for a hit. And they're going to hold him to a long single. Good job by Halleck, the right fielder, cutting it off. Fifth hit of the game for the Springers. And with a runner on and one out, the batter's going to be Drew Van Looy. He walked in the second and hit a fly ball to left in the fourth. We call that 0 for 1 with a walk. There's a good curveball from Kingsley. Strike one. You gotta like that curveball, strike one. I think a pitcher would take strike one no matter what it is. Another curveball. Fouled out of play, and now it's 0-2. Brewers 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Springers 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. They bat top of the 6th inning. Not a great lead over there for the catcher, Olson. One-two pitch. Curveball through the hole into right field. Another hit. Olson around second. He'll stop right there. So back-to-back hits for Cold Spring here in the 6th, and they got something cooking with one away. That'll bring up Brad Olson, the left fielder, who made a fine catch in the corner near the 330 sign. He had a great catch in game 1, too. Olson really getting it done with the glove. Laid down a nice sacrifice bunt in the second. Didn't pay any dividends ultimately for Cold Spring. And then he lined out to left in the 4th. There's a curveball strike. So Kingsley has been throwing that curveball for strike one. He's in a little bit of trouble here. There's one outside. 1-1. Terrace waiting on deck. Mike Peterson doing a great job on the camera today. Here's a curveball line to first, but it won't turn into a double play. Mike Peschel stabs it. Olson hit it hard. And now with 2 away and runners at first and second, Jaron Terrace. He has a walk and 2 trips. So Terrace trying to give his team the lead here in the top of the 6th inning. The winner advances to the championship series tomorrow. Curveball, strike one. This is a recording. There's a fastball in on the hands, and he misses it. Actually fouled it off. Maybe caught the catcher, part of the umpire. Nevertheless, 0-2. So a fly ball to center, back-to-back singles. Now the line out to first. Runners at first and second and 2 away. The 0-2 to Terrace. Curveball outside low. Ball 1-2. A run apiece, 6 hits apiece. The error on the Springers didn't matter. It didn't score. There's a foul ball out of play. The The 1-2 pitch. Foul to the screen. Count rides along. A few different times today we've had a wind gust to the point where I've had to get out paperweights. And I wouldn't even put them in the category of a gust. Just enough to move the papers around. That has been about it. Weather has been ideal. The 1-2 on the ground. By third base into left field, a hit. Runner around third, slips. Throw to the plate. In time, and he's out. Well, he slipped rounding third. And they throw him out at the plate. Tough break there as Drew Bolson staggers a bit. And no runs score. No runs, 3 hits, 2 left. And after 5.5, we're still tied at 1 here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Summary for Cold Spring, top of the 6th.
.2020 State Amateur Class B Baseball Tournament. Tanner Adam, Mike Peschel, and Brant Kolpak for the Moorhead Brewers against Cold Spring Springer starter Zach Fermite. Starts him with ball 1. Adam grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the first, struck out in the third. Ball 2. Fermite has retired the Brewers 1-2-3 once in the game. That came in the 4th. He has 5 strikeouts on the day. Now 3-0. No activity in that Cold Spring bullpen down the left field line. Activity continues in that Moorhead Brewer, and there's a hit batter. The 3-0 pitch got away, and Adam will take his base. There's no way Fermite wanted to do that. So Adam goes down to first after getting hit by the pitch. And now it'll bring up first baseman Mike Peschel, who's grounded out to second twice. Once in the second, once in the third. He's 0 for 2. Peschel, a college and a pro player, played in the American Association. First pitch outside, ball 1. Brewers have stranded 6 through 5 plus. Have the leadoff man aboard here. There's a strike, outside edge. 1-1. Shadows from the grandstand in your shot near home plate. That won't be a factor for quite a while. There's another curveball strike, 1-2. Peschel doesn't like it. We saw some jawing between some of the batters for both sides in game one between Cold Spring and Miesville with the home plate umpire. Not really the first disagreement we've seen here. Runner at first, 1-2 pitch on the way. Grounded through the hole into left field, a hit. Moorhead a threat brewing here with runners at first and second. And nobody out in the bottom of the sixth. Seventh hit of the game for the Brewers. They had 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fifth. Now throw 1 in the sixth, and that'll bring up Brant Kolpak. He's 0 for 2. Lined out to first in the second, grounded out to short in the fourth. So Kolpak an opportunity here. We'll see if he tries to lay down a bunt and push these runners around. He does, and looks at ball 1 outside. He showed bunt, and Fermite's pitch misses low and away. Hit batter and a single. Have something going for the Brewers here. Here's one hit high in the air to left field. Going back is Olson. He won't get it. This will go all the way to the fence. He was playing shallow. 1 run in on an RBI double for Brant Kolpak. And the Brewers get the lead back at 2-1. Adam came around to score easily from first. Peschel goes to third on the RBI double by Kolpak, his first hit of the game, second of the inning, 8th of the day for the Brewers. And now we have a Cold Spring Springer conference on the mound as Kentra Chandler Eibach sets to step to the plate. He had a single in the second and struck out in the fourth. And this is a big spot in this ball game as we're now in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Chandler Eibach.
The left fielder Brad Olson was playing in shallow, and there's no way he could get to that. Fastball up in the zone, big swing and a miss by Eibach. Strike 1. Olson had to go a long way to get to that one. Strike 2. And 2 to Eibach. Nobody out. 1 in, runners at second and third. Hit batter, single double is the situation. Here's one hit in the air to center field. It didn't hit very hard. It drops for a hit. 1 run in, second run coming to the plate. A bloop 2 RBI single for Chandler Eibach, and it's now 4-1 Brewers.
Shortstop.
And now Nick Salentine, the shortstop. He has a single in the second. Grounded out to second in the fourth. And now we've got activity in that Cold Spring bullpen. And we have Jack Stell coming out to visit. Stell's going to talk to people. There are springers up in that left field bullpen. Tanner Adam led off, got hit by a pitch. Mike Peschel singled. Then an RBI double for Kolpak. And then a 2 RBI single by Eibach. 3 runs in on 3 hits. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's 4-1 Brewers. Zach Fermite still on the mound. He squares to bunt, lays down a good one, catcher out, Underhanded toss, not in time. Olson's toss pulled Terrace off the bag. Everybody's safe. That could be an error on the catcher. We'll see. Ibach down to second. Salentine's on first, now to the top of the order, and Spencer Flayton. I think behind us, the official score is still trying to sort it out.
Spencer Flayton.
Flayton with runners in first and second, still nobody out. First pitch, outside and low, ball one. Still haven't seen the hit or the error go up on the board. Here's one smashed into left. Olson right at him. Put it away, one away. Well, Flayton hit it hard, but right at Brad Olson. And now it'll bring up Jace McLean, the left fielder. McLean hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first. Or I should say walked and scored a run in the first. Walked and stole a base in the third and then struck out in the fifth. And it will go as an error. E2, second error in the game. So Salentine reaches on an error. Runners at first and second and one out the pitch. Down low, ball one to McLean. Olson's underhanded throw pulled Terrace off the bag. And now there's a strike, 1-1. I don't want to jump the official score, but I agree wholeheartedly with the call there. 1-1, down low, 2-1. Seventh man to bat for the Moorhead Brewers here in the bottom of the sixth. 3 on the board already. There's one up high, 3-1. Activity continues in that Cold Spring bullpen, well down the left field line. (3-1) hit in the air to center field and well. Brian Hansen back near the track, makes the catch. Runner at second tags, moves to third. And now with runners at the corners and 2 out, it'll be Denver Blinn, the DH. Blinn a single in the first, struck out in the third, and then a fly ball to left in the fifth.
Denver Blinn.
Blinn with a chance to pick up an RBI here and extend that lead. First pitch, curveball, hit high and into foul territory near that bullpen and out of play. 3 Cold Spring players come over and take a look. Long run for Fox at second, Terrace at first, and even Dempsey in right. 0-1 to Blinn. 8th Brewer to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Good looking all white uniforms. That is a sharp look for the team out of Fargo Moorhead. The 0-1 hit on the ground to short. Barth grabs, short way to second, got him. Got the lead runner. Or I should say the trail runner, Salentine, 6-4. But damage done. 3 runs in the inning for Moorhead. And after 6 complete, they lead it here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
black and light blue, 2 for $20.
We move to the top of the 7th inning. Kyle Kingsley begins his 3rd inning of work. He took over for starter Ryan Olson. Kingsley will face 9, 1, and 2 in that Cold Spring order. DH Alex Jungles, Brian Hansen, and Garrett Fox. After 6, the Brewers 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Springers 1 run, 7 hits, and 2 errors. So here is Jungles. Jungles 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd, and popped out to 1st. Curveball strike. This is a growing trend with Kingsley. First pitch offered, curveball. Hits the zone. There's a fastball down low, 1-1. Kingsley doesn't throw super hard, not nearly as hard as the starter Ryan Olson, but a good change of pace. 1-1. Here's one he hit high in the air to left field. McLean going back, and it's going to go over his head to the fence on a hop. This will be a leadoff double for Jungles. A good start for Cold Spring here in the top of the 2nd inning. Well, McLean was playing in and got burned. There's the 8th hit for Cold Spring in the game. They had 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 3 hits in the 6th inning. Their only run coming in that 3rd inning. Now to the top of the order in Brian Hansen. He has a hit and a run scored in 3 at-bats. Here's one hit high in the air to left center field. Going back, flating to the fence, to the wall, gone! Brian Hansen, a 2-run home run, and it's a 4-3 ball game.
Home run for Brian Hansen, which means Shakopee Bowl donates another $50 to the Shakopee High School Baseball Boosters Association. And Brian is also winner. He receives a coupon for a free picture.
Jungles a double. Hansen, the 2-run blast off the light standard in left center field. And it's a 1-run ball game. And now it's Garrett Fox, 0 for 3. Popped out to 1st, grounded to short, lined out to shortstop. So just like that, the double and the blast, and it's 4-3. So the 3 runs they gave up in the bottom of the 6th, they get 2 back right away. Here in the 7th, big swing and a miss. 1-1 now to Garrett Fox. Jordan Barth, the shortstop, waiting on deck. He's 2 for 3 in the game. And here's one hit on the ground into center field for a base hit. 3rd hit in a row for the Springers. And now it'll bring up the red-hot Barth. 2 2-run home runs in the win over Measville in Game 1 today, 7-2. He had a double and a single early, then grounded to short in the 5th. He's 2 for 3. And walking out of that Moorhead Brewers dugout is Jeremy Peschel, and he's going to make a call to the bullpen. This will be it for Kingsley as he gets roughed up. Leadoff double, 2-run shot for Hansen, now a single, and he'll leave in a 4-3 ball game. And we'll take a quick break and come back here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Welcome back to Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee, the site of this year's Class B State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Third pitch of the work for the Moorhead Brewers. With nobody out and 2 runs in here in the top of the 7th inning, it'll be Matt Oy, 6'1", 175-pound right-hander, wearing number 51. He's from Pipestone and Southwest Minnesota State. In Marshall, Matt Oy pitching. Kyle Kingsley goes 2+ in relief of Ryan Olson, who pitched the first 4 innings of the ball game. Recapping this 7th inning, leadoff double for Jungles. 2-run home run for Brian Hansen to deep left center field. And now Garrett Fox a single. That chases Kingsley. Now Oy on to face Jordan Barth, who's 2 for 3 in this ball game with a single and a double, and had 2 two-run home runs in the first game today against Measville. Oy, a hard thrower. Curveball strike 1. He's really popping the mid on those warm-up tosses and starts with the curveball. Up in the zone, but outside corner. Oy from the stretch, checks that runner and delivers. Here's a chopper foul. And now Jordan Barth, a key guy in that Cold Spring lineup, in an 0-2 hole. But things have tightened up again. We're 4-3, top of the 7th. Championship Series starts tomorrow at 1. The 2-time defending champ Chanhassen Redbirds, by way of their win on Friday night over these Brewers, punch their ticket. John Straka, the win, is 3rd of the state tournament. Here's a grounder toward 3rd. Grabbed by Adam. Throw to second for 1 on to first. Double play. Round the horn, 5-4-3. So Oy gets the double play ball. Now 2 away, nobody aboard. That'll bring up Joe Dempsey. Dempsey, 2 fly balls to center field, reached on a fielder's choice in this game. First pitch to Dempsey, a strike. Well, to come in out of the bullpen and get a 5-4-3 double play ball, it's about as good as it gets. The 0-1 down in the dirt. They checked that first base umpire, and he said he didn't go. Now 1-1. Just like that, nobody on, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. We'll keep it here for stretch time at the Joe. 1-1. Called to the screen. Off that facing of the roof. And now 1-2. That was a solid hit. We've had a couple of those today. It'd be fun to get on the roof here at the Joe and see all the dents over the years. There's a curveball outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. 2 in for Cold Spring. Here in the top of the 7th. There's a little side armor, 3-2. Change that arm angle. Dempsey didn't bite. And there's one just outside. And a walk. That'll bring up Drew Bolson, the catcher for Cold Spring. He had a single in the 2nd. Popped out to second base in the 3rd. And had a single in the 6th. And then he was retired trying to score. And that closed out the 6th inning. First pitch outside. Leadoff double by Jungles, 2-run homer by Hansen, single by Fox. 5-4-3 double play ball and then a walk. Here's one smash foul outside of 3rd. 1-1 now the count. Cold Spring has gone with the same batting order 2 games in a row today. They take down Measville 7-2. In the mud to end the season, the Springers advance, trying to keep their season alive. Here's a fly ball into shallow right field. Kolpak out, makes the play. Side is retired. But Cold Spring gets 2 on 3 hits. The 2-run home run by Brian Hansen. And at stretch time, Moorhead leading Cold Spring 4-3. Here on PrepSpotlight.tv, and we'll keep it right here at the Joe for our 7th inning stretch.
Summit for Cold Spring, top of the 7th. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left. Baseball fans, it's stretch time. Stand on up, stretch out, and join us in taking out to the ball game.
We go to the bottom of the 7th here at Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee in a 4-3 ball game. Brewers lead it. That'll be Joe Halleck, Tanner Adam, and Mike Peschel. 4, 5, and 6 in that Moorhead order. They have 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Cold Spring 3 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. So pitching Zach Fermite, the starter. And there's one upstairs, ball 1. Alec, an RBI single in the 1st, a single in the 3rd, and a fly ball to right in the 5th. He is 2 for 3. There's a curveball strike. And now 1-1. Same pitch. He threw for ball 1, gets strike 1. Waiting on deck, Tanner Adam at third base. There's one inside. That may have got the umpire. Home plate umpire has taken a couple of shots in this game. 1 and 2. That fooled the catcher Bolson. The 1-2. Hit in the air and hard to left field. Going back. Olson to the fence. Makes a catch on the warning track. Nice running catch. Allowed out by Halleck. 1 away, and that'll bring up Tanner Adam. Hit into a 6-4-3 double play to end inning number 1. Struck out looking in the 3rd, hit by a pitch, and scored in the 6th. A 3-run 6th inning for the Brewers. They turned a 1-1 ball game into a 4-1 lead. Fermite's pitch, way up high, 1-0. Both teams 3-1. Moorhead beat Prior Lake 10-2 in the opening weekend game. There's a curveball strike, 1-1. Then on the second weekend, beat Dundas 5-1 and nipped Cold Spring 6-5 last Sunday, and then fell to Chanhassen 4-2 on Friday night. There's one down low, 2-1. Fastball inside, 3-1. It's a good live fastball by Fermite. He's done a good job changing speeds. 3-1. Strike 3-2. He has struck out 5. Last strikeout coming in the 5th. Here's one hit in the air to right field. Moving over is Dempsey and makes the catch. 2 away, nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Mike Peschel. Grounded out to second in the 2nd, again in the 3rd, and then singled and scored in the 6th. He is 1 for 3. Wearing number 8. One of the veteran leaders of this Moorhead Brewers team. Batting in the 6th spot. First pitch hit back to the pitcher, and he'll trot it over, underhanded to Terrace. 1-3 on the putout. The Brewers go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th, and after 7, they still lead it 4-3 here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
And Milroy.
We move to the 8th inning. Another pitching change for the Moorhead Brewers. Parker Traywin, a left-hander. Traywin from Anoka, Minnesota, and now North Dakota State. Parker Traywin, 4th Brewer pitcher. As they try to patch it together and get out of here and get a rematch with Chan tomorrow. They would need to beat the Redbirds twice. Chan needs to just win the first game to win their 3rd straight Class B title. So here we go.
Top of the 8th.
And it'll bring up Drew Van Looy, Brad Olson, and Jaron Terrace. 6, 7, and 8 for that Cold Spring lineup. Traywin, now the left-hander pitching. A little bit of a delay as the home plate umpire, for whatever reason, talking to both dugouts. You see him standing in the shadows there in front of that Cold Spring dugout on the first base side. Mike Peterson doing a great job on our camera for the doubleheader today. Cold Spring eliminates Measville 7-2. I don't know if there have been other defensive changes. Those have not been announced here at the Joe. We'll bring those to you. So we'll sort all of that out in a moment. It is 4-3 Brewers. We're in the top of the 8th inning. And the leadoff man digs in. That's Van Looy for Cold Spring. First pitch.
2 more defensive changes for Moorhead. Now playing left field, number 51, Matt Oy. Moving from left to right is 16, Jace McLean.
All right, we got the changes. Matt Oy goes into left field for the Brewers. And the starting left fielder, McLean, goes to right. Halleck out. Here's one hit on the ground to the pitcher. Grabbed with his pitching hand. Underhands to first, 1-3. That wasn't hit very hard. Van Looy retired 1-3. How about that? You don't see that very often. But Traywin stuck down that pitching hand, stabbed it. And now it's going to bring up Brad Olson, the left fielder. Laid down a nice sacrifice bunt in the second. Didn't pay any dividends ultimately for Cold Spring. Then he lined out to left and lined out to first. So he's hit it hard in his other 2 plate appearances. But doesn't have anything to show for it. Looks at ball 1. 1 away, nobody aboard, top of the 8th. Cold Spring down by 1. Here's one hit on the ground to short. Salentine charges. Up with the throw. Got him. 6-3. Well, Olsen didn't hit it very hard, but Salentine up with it cleanly and fires a dart to first base. And now with 2 away and nobody aboard, first baseman Jaron Terrace.
First baseman, Jaron Terrace.
Terrace popped out to the catcher between home and the pitching mound. Walked in the 4th and had a single in the 6th. So he is 1 for 2 with the walk in this ball game. Looks at strike 1. Cold Spring's been retired 1-2-3 once in the game, and that came in the 5th. They're in danger of going down 1-2-3 here in the 8th. There's a strike. And now Terrace finds himself in an 0-2 hole. And Parker Traywin, Moorhead Brewers' 4th pitcher to work. There's a little chopper foul to stay alive. Now a pitch away from getting out of this without throwing a lot of pitches and give his team a chance to extend that 1-run lead in the bottom of the 8th. First left-hander to work for the Brewers. Misses outside. That just about slipped out of his hand. Ibach had to come out of his crouch to stab it. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strikeout. Another strikeout for Moorhead pitching. And Cold Spring goes down 1-2-3 in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Brewers still lead it here on PrepSpotlight.tv. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Moorhead Brewers leading the Cold Spring Springers 4-3. Bottom third of the order for the Brewers, Kolpak, Ibach, and Salentine against Zach Fermite, who's starting his 8th inning of work, his 9th of the day. He pitched the final inning of Cold Spring's 7-2 win over Meansville in Game 1. He delivers strike 1 to Kolpak. Kolpak, an RBI double and run scored in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. He's quickly in an 0-2 hole after that foul ball down the right field line, well out of play. Zach Fermite has kept his team in it. There's one hit toward short. Barth up with it. On to first in time. 6-3 to put out. That'll bring up Ibach. He had a single in the 2nd, a 2 RBI single in the 6th. He struck out in the 4th, but a fine day for the catcher. 2 for 4, 2 RBI on the day today, or 2 for 3, and 2 RBI today. Nick Salentine, the shortstop, waiting on deck. Brewers trying for insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch by Fermite, high and tight. Ball 1. We'll have Championship Sunday starting at 1 here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Two-time defending champ Chanhassen Redbirds against the winner of this game. If the Redbirds can't get it done in Game 1, there would be a Game 2 for all the marbles. And we'll have that for you tomorrow. And, of course, Class C action. And then next week, boys and girls soccer and girls swimming and diving here on PrepSpotlight.tv. 2-1 pitch on the way, 1 away. This one hit in the air. The left field coming on is Olson. He'll make a running catch. Wasn't hit very deep. Olson had to come a long way, but made the play. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Nick Salentine, the shortstop. Had a single in the second, grounded out to second in the 4th.
Shortstop, Nick Salentine.
And then reached on an error in the 6th. One of 2 Cold Spring errors in the ballgame. The good news for them, the errors haven't caused them. Errors cost Miesville dearly in the first game today. First pitch swinging, hit in the air to right field, coming on. Dempsey can't get it. Over toward the bullpen, out of play. Dempsey had a long run and couldn't get there. It was just a long strike. Moorhead has been set down 1, 2, 3 twice in the 4th and again in the 7th. And you got to give credit to Zach Fermite. He has now retired 8 Brewers in a row. After he got in all that hot water in the 6th, giving up 3 runs to fall behind 4-1, he has settled down and pitched great. 2 away, nobody on, 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Another chance for Barth. Up with it, throw to first. Got him. Another 1-2-3 inning. We have played 8. And the Brewers lead it by 9. Last chance for Cold Spring coming up here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Baseball fans, my apologies.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
To the top of the 9th we go. Last chance for Cold Spring to keep their season alive. Moorhead Brewers lead at 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Cold Spring 3 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. And it'll be the number 9 hitter, DH Alex Jungles. Then center fielder Brian Hansen. And then Garrett Fox against Parker Trewin. Relief pitcher for the Brewers. Trewin, first pitch, slap foul over toward that Brewers dugout. Trewin, 6'3", 195. As I mentioned, an Anoka, Minnesota grad, and on to North Dakota State. A lot of Bison on this Brewers team. 0-2 now the count to the leadoff batter, Jungles. Jungles had a double and a run scored in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. Here's another one slap foul. Count rides along at 0-2. He's been late on a couple. He struck out in the second, fouled out to first base, and then led off the seventh with a double and scored on the 2-run home run by Brian Hansen. That made it a 4-3 game. 0-2 pitch. Hit in the air into shallow right field. Kolpak going back. And just on the outfield grass, makes a catch. Didn't get a lot of it. One away. And that brings up Brian Hansen, the center fielder. Hansen a single and a run scored in the third. The 2-run shot in the seventh. So he's been a big part of the Cold Spring scoring in this second game. He is 2 for 4 today. Nobody on, one away, top of the ninth. Cold Spring needs a run to tie. Strike one. The winner of this game meets Chanhassen tomorrow at 1. Redbirds need a victory tomorrow to claim their 3rd straight Class B title. Here's one hit on the ground towards second. Backhanded by Kolpak. Throw to first. Low but in time. They got by Peschel. Now 2 away. And the Springers down to their final out here in 2020. That'll bring up Garrett Fox. He had a single in the 7th. He is 1 for 4 today.
Second baseman Garrett Fox.
Fox trying to keep the game alive. Traywin delivers. Strike one. 4th pitcher to work for the Brewers. Olson started, went 4. Kingsley 2+, then Oy, now Traywin. 0-1, down low 1-1. Jordan Barth, who had 2 home runs in game 1, waiting on deck. Fox trying to get on base. Big swing and a miss, now 1-2. Cold Spring down to their final strike of the season. They beat Meansville to stay alive earlier today, 7-2. 1-2, 2 out, top of the ninth. Brewers lead at 4-3 to pitch. Foul to the screen. Count rides along at 1-2. Tomorrow, the Brewers would need to beat Chanhassen twice to win the state title. 1-2 pitch. Back up the middle, into center field, a base hit. The game's still alive. 2-out single for Fox, his 2nd of the game. 11th of the day for Cold Spring. And that brings up Jordan Barth. He doubled in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, grounded out to short in the 5th, hit into a 5-4-3 double play in the 7th. But remember, in the game against Meansville earlier today, 2 2-run home runs. So a dangerous customer. The first pitch, outside and high, ball 1. What does Barth do here? Traywin's pitch, outside, 2-0. Joe Dempsey waiting on deck. The cleanup hitter for Cold Spring. They got the meat of the order up here for the Springers, trying to stay alive. A runner at first, 2-0 the count. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Springers down by 1, the pitch. Chop toward third. Grab, throw to second. In time, game over. Adam to Kolpak. Fox retired. And that's the ball game, as the Moorhead Brewers hold off the Cold Spring Springers 4-3 and punch their ticket to Championship Sunday here at the Class B Amateur Baseball Tournament at Joe Schlepper Stadium in Shakopee. Here are the totals for the Brewers. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. For Cold Spring, 3 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. The big inning for the Brewers, 3 runs in the 6th inning, including that big 2 RBI single by Chandler Rybach. Turns out to be the game-winning hit today. Well, a big thanks to everyone here at Joe Schlepper Stadium, all the volunteers, and of course, our friends with the Minnesota Baseball Association. And they're proud to present the 2020 state tournaments. Follow along on their website at mnbaseball.org or join them on Twitter at MinBaseball. That's at MINN Baseball on Twitter. Big thanks to Mike Peterson, our camera operator. I am Steve Thompson. Once again, our final score here in the second game of the day. The Moorhead Brewers 4, the Cold Spring Springers 3. Moorhead plays Chanhassen tomorrow. If the Redbirds win Game 1, they're the state champs. If the Brewers win, it would force a Game 2 here at the Joe to decide the 2020 Class B state championship. Thanks so much for joining us here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
The 2020 Class B Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.